Good morning, YouTubers. T Square with T Square Talk. Hope everybody's having a great day. Got a great video planned out for you guys today. Today, we're going to talk a little bit about how everything is dropping in price and how I believe that gold and silver is going to go back up. And the reason I believe that is because some of the things that's going on right now don't support a lower gold price or a lower silver price, even though they will tell you that the dollar's getting stronger and that's why everything is going down. And you know, a lot of stuff is going down. It's not just gold and silver. We're seeing the S&P, the NASDAQ, the Dow Jones. We're seeing Bitcoin. We're seeing a lot of stuff take hits right now, including a lot of cryptocurrencies. So we're going to talk, we're going to talk a little bit about that today. I'm exhausted right now, but got to keep pumping out these videos. Got to keep going. Trying to put up videos every Monday through Saturday. So if you enjoy today's video, please help me out by hitting that thumbs up button and leave a comment. Let me know your thoughts on what's going on. And on top of that, hit that thumbs up button. Okay, so let's jump right in. Let's see what's going on with silver first. So silver right now is $49.62, and I see a couple comments here and there, not a whole lot right now, about, oh, hey, silver's pulling back, gold's pulling back. I know there's some people that always get nervous every time, every little dip. I always say that the people that get really, don't get me wrong, I don't really like to see it go down unless I'm buying. I don't have the money to be buying right now. However, I know some people do get nervous when it goes down. Personally, I don't get nervous. I don't get nervous about it because I firmly believe that what's going on does not support a lower gold and silver price. Now, I know right off the bat we have to look at what's going on in the stock market. And obviously, if the stock market slows down, production slows down, and the stuff that uses silver for industrial demand, that production of that stuff goes down too. However, with that being said, silver and gold is wealth preservation. It does hold value as a long haul. We may see a little bit of a pullback. That's okay. If everything else is pulling back, it's totally understandable. However, I think the smart money is going to move in if it goes too low, almost like creating a backstop that it can only go so far down. I don't think that will be the same case for a lot of other stuff, but we'll see how that plays out. Let's take a quick look at what gold's doing, because I don't even think gold was really down that much. Gold down 30. It says 35 bucks, so down 0.87% right now. Silver was down 1%. Now I want you to remember them numbers. We got Bitcoin right now down 2.25%. So even worse when you really look at this, down 2,000 points roughly, or $2,000 per coin. We were in the high 89,000 mark earlier. However, we did climb up a little bit more. However, what I'm seeing is a gradual decline that we're starting to see now. I've been on the fence of putting that 50 bucks in. I can't bring myself to do it. I've been having a hard time because I really believe I'm just throwing away that 50 bucks, putting it in. But there are a lot of people out there that are saying that it is possible we could see one last hoorah on Bitcoin, and therefore I am going to pretty much put it in, even though I'll probably sell it when we get back up to like 120 if we get back up there. If we don't get back up there, that's okay. It's only $50. It was gifted to me by a subscriber of the channel, and so that's what he wanted to see done, and so I'm gonna do it. With that being said, though, like I said, it's not just gold and silver. It's also Bitcoin. Just in the last month, look at this. Just in 1 month, Bitcoin is actually down 16%. That's pretty much worse than almost anything else, I think. We've got the NASDAQ down 0.84%, or about 200 points. But if we zoom out for 1 month, it's only down 1.25%. Minor. We've got the S&P 500 right now, down today 1%, down 61.7 points. If we go back out 1 month, still down less than 1%. We got Dow Jones Industrial Average down 1.25% or 1.18%. So about 1.2%, we'll say, down 557 points. But even that, if we go out 1 month, it's only down 0.25%. So a lot of assets, yeah, everything was taking hits today pretty much, or I should say yesterday. So we'll see how this plays out in the long run. When you look at assets based by market cap, I love looking at this because I think it's just a matter of time before we do see silver take that fifth spot. Now today, pretty much everything was down, but I think it was, I don't know, I find it interesting that Google was up 3%. And I can't help to wonder if that is because people don't want to see silver past that mark into that fifth place spot. It's a slippery slope. Once it passes that, then it starts just jumping. But the same thing can be said when the price starts falling on stuff. We got Bitcoin at $1.795 trillion market cap. But really, 1.66 is right there. So we could see it end up dropping if it goes down a little bit more. But the thing is, it's down 5%. And honestly, 5% is a pretty big drop for a short time. So I wouldn't be surprised to see that drop actually cause people to put money in. Just like me, I've been waiting to put that $50 in. And now I'm kind of looking at it like, dude, I need to hurry up and put that in. So taking a quick look, though, why? Oh, I'm sorry. Taking a quick look at the national debt, we're at 38 trillion point 208 billion. So continuing to rise there, and we got the DXY sitting at 99.46. It is in a strong position when you look at the dollar, but it is just paper. Now, what I also want to talk a little bit about right now is yesterday I told you guys my situation on one of the houses that I had bought in a while back. And I'll do a quick recap. Basically, I bought a house that was really nothing fancy. If you watch the whole video, you get the in-depth story. But I'm going to kind of sum it up real quick so we can get talking about what I really want to talk about. I talked yesterday about a house that I had picked up, bank foreclosure, just under $30,000 for a 4-bedroom, 2-bath, a decent place in terms of price. Now, it needed a lot of work, and I say decent place because I should have said decent deal because the place needs a lot of work. However, what I want people to think about is when I actually bought that, I mean, literally gold was a whole lot cheaper than it is today. Let's just say gold was $2,000 an ounce when I had bought it. Now you look at the gold price today, and we're at $4,000. So literally, back then, it would have costed me, 15 ounces of gold I could have bought instead of that house. Today, you're talking, if I were to buy it today in gold, 8? Did I calculate? 9, 8, 9, 8. Let's see here. 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 6.5. I'm sorry, 7.5. I'm tired. Needless to say, where I'm going with that is everything is getting cheaper in terms of gold. Something that, think about any purchase that you have purchased in the past, we'll just say 5 years for a minute. Think about anything you've purchased 5 years ago. And think about how much gold it would have costed you back then versus how much gold it would cost you today. I had one of my friends tell me that he thinks that I should stop buying precious metals and just, enjoy life. Just, spend your money frivolously, do what everybody else does. I guess it's the American way. We joke about it a lot too. But everything in terms of precious metals, it's taking less precious metals to buy today than it did 4 or 5 years ago. Now, someone could make the same argument. Oh, well, yeah, Bitcoin, it takes less Bitcoin. It takes less Dow Jones shares. And to a certain point, you would probably be right. However, what I want people to think about in that terms is One, a lot of them are not as good as what gold has done over the last few years. And I really think that gold is about ready just to really rip up a whole lot higher. I'm kind of afraid to pull up this chart, but I'm curious. Bitcoin over the last 5 years. And I know I'm about ready to show this, but I know some people out there are probably not going to like this because I know it's going to look good. Up 381% in Bitcoin. And I'm not afraid to show that because, I mean, first of all, Bitcoin was really at a low point back then. But it's not, what's the word? It's not a solid, in my opinion, asset. And I know I get the jokes. I'll have someone joke, there you go, Bitcoin still living in T's head, but here's the thing. Think about Bitcoin and the way it's almost hard to do this video because I know there are a lot of people that believe in Bitcoin. They believe that it's going to go to like some $1 million. And I guess if you say something enough, people just start to believe it. And it's crazy to me that, yes, Bitcoin has done phenomenal. When you go all the way back, I mean, it's up 19,738%. But I mean, you got something that started at essentially nothing only, 9-10 years ago. And yes, we're going to be coming up next year on the 10-year anniversary. I guess the chart goes back to May 6th, but it even went even further back than that. I mean, but it's just ones and zeros on a screen. It can be wiped out instantly. When people realize that this really has no value, what kind of damage, how much damage is this going to do to people's portfolios, people's accounts? And here's the thing, as it continues to drop, we could see some margin calls come back on this. There's a lot of people that have borrowed against their Bitcoin, and as the price goes lower, there are people that will continue to put money in. And I think to a certain point, if people have time, they'll probably send money for the margin call. They'll probably even buy a little bit more. Now, here's the thing. If you're holding some Bitcoin and you bought it outright, you didn't borrow against it, you're just holding it, well, hey, I mean, you could lose your money, but at the end of the day, you're not going to be forced out of your position. You'll always have your Bitcoin. Just like people that have gold and silver, if you didn't borrow against it, you will always have it. But when you look at stuff, this just goes to show they are printing money like crazy. They're debasing the money like crazy. And some people think that, I still hear it. It drives me nuts when I hear it, that this is the greatest country in the world and nothing bad could ever happen to our currency. But it's already happening. People just don't realize it. And at a certain point, I really believe that we are going to go into essentially a Great Depression. I always get asked when. I don't know when, but when you look at what's going on, this is not sustainable. There's almost no way. You look at what's going on in the government, you look at what's going on around the world. Now, I was listening to something that we're sending all these military down to Venezuela. I mean, all this cost money. I understand to a certain point that they're trying to slow down how do I say this without saying it? Slow down the flow of contraband coming into the U.S. However, it all costs money. And a lot of people don't realize how much money the government spends. That's why I like to show the national debt on a regular basis, because I want people to understand that it's just continuing to go up, and we've never been in a worse place than we are now. I mean, in 1960, we were at 52% of our GDP. In 1980, we were down to 34% debt to GDP. Today, it's showing that we're at 121% debt to GDP. That means we are spending 21% more than we are essentially taking in. Now, anytime a household spends more than they're taking in, it's not sustainable. And I believe we are on that not sustainable course. The fact that you're a great person, the fact that we're the greatest country in the world, or that's what a lot of people say. I mean, I'll be honest. I think we have a lot of perks. I'm proud to be an American. I don't know if I would want to live in any other country other than America. And not to mention, we have the opportunity to still pick up gold and silver in some states at tax free. That's not going to be that way forever. And when you look at other countries, some countries, I get the comments that, oh, you're so lucky you're able to buy gold and silver in your country tax free. We have duty taxes, we have surtaxes, we got vet taxes, we got all these different taxes because they don't want you investing in gold and silver. Here, they don't want to draw attention to it because we're already, I hate to say this, too stupid to even be buying it. People don't really understand money. Here in the United States, we're taught what they want us to know. You go to school, you put in your time, and they teach you the programming, the curriculum that they want to teach you. And at nowhere in that now do you deal with money. Money is something that, when I was a kid, I mean, they taught it. We had it. It was actually part of our home ec class, I believe it was, where we had to open up a checking account, we had to open up a savings account, and then we would also learn how to balance checkbooks and this and that. We'd talk about money. We ran a little school business, and a portion of the shares or the profits that got calculated out went into our bank accounts each week. And some people, they look at that and, it was good education. Today, we don't teach that stuff. We don't do it like that. A lot of stuff gets thrown on teachers' laps. It's kind of sad that that's the case. A lot of parents don't teach a lot of that to their kids. I mean, let's be honest. A lot of parents don't even know how to manage their checkbook either. That's why everybody's so far in debt. They're just charging. So like I said, it's a quick video today, but it's something I wanted people to think about. I didn't really have a good topic to really talk about today. One, because I'm doing a lot of work on my house, as I am fixing to want to sell it pretty soon. And two, I just have a lot going on. So, but I really wanted to get a video up, and I wanted to talk about this. And I know for some people right now, it's discouraging to see the price of silver going down. If you're buying, well, hey, this is a buying opportunity still. Personally, I'm not at all worried, though. This dip, I mean, we're not really down that much. We're down $5 from its all-time high now, and we're up $4 from our recent lows. So I'm still pretty confident in that. I'm curious to see tomorrow what will happen. I would not be surprised at some near point if we don't see something major happen. And remember, when Bitcoin turns around and the stock market turns around, there's a good chance that gold and silver is going to turn around with it. Question I get asked a lot is, can it plunge even lower? So nobody knows for sure what could happen. And this is not financial advice, nor should it be considered as such. I'm pretty much just telling y'all my opinion and how I feel about stuff, more for entertainment. And just so you can kind of give you something to think about. But I mean, can it plunge some more? I mean, anything can happen, but eventually with gold and silver, I think people are going to start buying more and more of it up. And yeah, even at 49, 65, 64, they're still mining the stuff. So yeah, they will pull more out of the ground. But remember, silver is a byproduct. That means that you only get it when you're mining for other stuff. So if the other stuff they stop mining for because the economy is slowing, then we're going to see less silver hitting the markets. And eventually these short positions will have to cover. Now, I don't know if they will just beat the heck out of the paper price and then cover their short position. Because at the end of the day, paper price is a big reflection of essentially the, what's the word I'm looking for, the industrial demand on top of physical demand, but industrial demand does play a big role in it. And if everything crashes and starts coming down, well, then I would expect that we will see gold and silver come down a certain amount too. So with that being said, gonna wrap up here. I know it was a really short video today, but I thank everybody for watching. I didn't want to not put a video up, so it was important that we did, just kind of keep stuff going. But it's a great opportunity if you didn't catch a video to go and catch up on one of them videos that you might have missed. Just kind of scroll through and see what videos you like, different stuff. I will put 3 videos at the end of this that I think are worth taking a look at. And with that being said, gonna wrap up here. I thank y'all for watching, commenting, and I will see you guys again next time on T-Square Talk. I hope y'all have a great day, and thanks for watching. Bye-bye.